instead. Hey everybody, Tom Britt coming to you live from the Maker Playground here in the Hub and Spoke building, about 106th and Lantern Road-ish. And I'm with Sarah Sanquist, the Director of Parks, and a new guy who fishers, Nick
Snyder.
I almost called you Nick Cannon again. He is the Maker's Playground Manager, MGM, Maker Playground, MPM. I'll get that right one of these days. All right, well, we started off great. Anyway, if you guys haven't been out here, now I was here a couple weeks ago, I think for the parade stuff. I think they had a meeting here.
Yeah, we had Spark Fishers meeting.
So it's really my first time to come into the Parks Department, and the Parks Department actually moved here a while back.
We did.
Upgrade for you guys?
It's a huge upgrade.
So talk about the space. You got 15,000 feet. How's it all divvied up with the parks and this new Maker Playground?
Sure. So we have two spaces available. We have the clean side of the offices, quote unquote.
Your side, right?
Yes, where we have our parks offices, some flex space for seasonal employees and part-time employees, and then classroom space where you had your meeting for Spark, and then we also host STEAM-based educational programming. So we have a whole lineup of summer camps this year. Other programming, and then we'll have Hamilton Southeastern in here in fall with 5th graders coming through. Every 5th grader will have 2 study trips a year.
Oh wow!
So that's on the clean side, and then we're in the Maker Playground now.
I get the dirty side.
The dirty side, which is just a quotes dirty side because we do want to keep this area clean, but there will be some more sawdust and activity and fluttering around.
So Nick, talk about the space on this side. Talk about the dirty side, as we want to call it. What's all over here? We're going to get a tour here in a minute, but just talk to people about what spaces are here.
Yeah, so the dirty but mostly clean side, we've got a full wood shop, we've got a metal shop, we've got a variety of CNC variants. So we've got a full 4x8 CNC router, we've got a large laser cutter, and we've got a plasma cutter, and we've got a selection of 3D printers that are available. So with all of that, you can pretty much make just about anything that you want to make.
Yeah. And so, Sarah, what was the impetus behind this? Because obviously you already had space over in the Fall Creek Township offices, 116th and Brook School, and things seem to be running fine, but then this space become available. What was the impetus behind getting in here and doing this whole Maker Playground to begin with?
Well, I think the plans for the Hub and Spoke building always included a maker space, and the operator has shifted around a little bit, but it just made sense for us to come in and to run this. Our building at Fall Creek Township was just a building. We didn't have any public community space available to offer small programming or for rental space, and so that was really a hindrance to us. Even to have a large meeting, we didn't have capacity for that. Also, we are right off of the Nickel Plate Trail here, which we are so excited about, the opportunity to program alongside the trail and to really be within, closer to downtown Fishers where the amphitheater is, and more space, because, you always need more space. In anything you do, you need more space.
Well, your department's grown significantly.
Of course.
You went from, I remember back in 2010, I don't know what the parks did. They mowed grass and maybe just some summer programming, that's about it. I think now your programming has expanded. You got the Agri Park.
Yep, we offer over 100 events a year. We have, the Agri Park is flourishing. We're building Geist Waterfront Park. We've got this space. Yes.
You've got all this stuff, and the Nickel Plate Trail, which is literally right outside the door here. So if you guys haven't seen this place, or maybe it's kind of a little off the road and you've not come down this way, just go through the roundabout 106th and Lantern, right off the interstate, right off 69. Just go west about half a block, and you'll see it on the left-hand side. So it's very convenient to get to. It's kind of I guess it's kind of the uncharted territory, really, for most people. They don't really come this way that often, but it's very visible. So once you get back here, it's a really cool space. I think Nick's going to give us a little bit of a tour of some of the things in here, right? So I do want to let you guys know this will be a little bit longer than our normal Facebook Live. So we're going to get a little bit of a tour. We're going to see some equipment. I want to see the 3D printer for sure. That's top of mind. And also I saw this laser burner doing some stuff with the Town Post logo, so I got to get one of those. But before we do that, just at a high level, what kinds of people are you looking to come in? Because you can join, you can be a member of the Maker Playground. What kinds of people are you looking for to come in?
Yeah, so we are really hoping to catch as big of a group in the community as we can. And that could be entrepreneurs that are trying to start a business or expand their manufacturing capabilities. Could be hobbyists that just want to get better at what they're doing, and it could be, you know, just do-it-yourselfers that are trying to develop their skills. So
amateurs that don't know, you know, how to use any of this equipment. I don't know how to use any of this equipment, but you know, I don't think somebody should be afraid to come in and learn. We've got qualified staff on hand, and it is membership based. So we have a student rate available for 16 to 21-year-olds. And then a basic level that includes everything except the except the metal shop.
Metal shop, yeah.
And we do offer a number of classes as well on the side that are for anybody. You don't have to be a member to participate.
You just go to playfishers.com and get that whole rundown of what classes are coming up if you want to learn something. So this isn't like the board and bush and some of those, like, you come in and give you all the materials, you build something, you put your name on a piece of wood. This is more like for creative people looking to build something, or maybe they've retired and they don't have a wood shop anymore. They just want to come in, knock around for a few hours and build stuff for their house. I mean, that kind of person to look for.
Yes, exactly. And then we do have kind of the one-offs project-based classes where you would come in and you would build something specific.
Okay, so you can do that.
All
right. How about wine and cheese nights? You guys doing that?
That's on the books too.
Is it really?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
You
Well,
know, alcohol and tools, it's great. It's great.
Alcohol, heavy equipment, gas tanks in the back. Why not? Let's just try that over at Fisher's. At least, you know, it's a membership, right? So I'm only out $50 if things go wrong. All right, so you can go to playfishers.com. You can learn more about the Maker Playground. You can sign up there and become a member. And Nick was saying you can come in as well and just get a tour of the place and
come see me.
You know, kind of see what they have. If you got a lot of tools at home, but you're kind of missing that big planer or some of the bigger things that you can't really fit into your garage or to your HOA unapproved outbuilding, they have all that kind of stuff here in the wood shop too. So take me around. I want to see some of this stuff. Josh's going to take the camera with us. What do you want to show us first? I mean,
we'll save the 3D printers for last, since that's the thing you want to see the most.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll head over to the wood shop first. We'll just hit it in order here.
So this is how many square feet roughly is the wood shop?
Oh, that's a great question. About 900 square feet in here.
Okay.
So we've got, here's our full 4x8 CNC router.
So this isn't something you're going to have at home?
Yeah, typically not. And that's the cool thing about this shop. As a tool guy myself, I can say it's like what we offer here is kind of removing that cost of entry to new capabilities and skills. This is a great example of that, because most people are not going to be able to afford or have the space for a full 4x8 CNC router. We've got one you can use.
So what would they use this for? What kinds of things would people use this for?
So people use these a lot in sign making, in furniture making, anything that you want a really nice like machine to look for that you may not have the skill to do with power tools or normal woodworking machines.
Okay. So you got this, and what else we got over there?
So we have your like typical garage chop saw here for short rigger boards. We have a professional level cabinetry saw, which this thing is really cool, especially for a place that has people of varying skills coming in here. Yeah. It has a nice safety feature that no other table saw has, which is if it comes into contact, you'll see this red light up down here, with anything that isn't a board and it's running, the blade will actually drop into the table, hit a brake, and stop. So
that would help me.
Yeah.
That's why they call you 10 Fingers Nick.
Right, exactly. I still have all of them. So it doesn't mean you can be complacent when you're using it, but it definitely adds a level of security to somebody that doesn't have a lot of experience on it. You at least know that you should never have to worry about cutting off a finger. So
thank God.
Yeah. We also have a nice big 20-inch planer over there for thicknessing your boards. We've got a 17-inch bandsaw, which you can do scroll work on, you can resaw on. We are going to have a wood lathe in here for anybody that likes wood turning, making pens or anything like that. Baseball bats, yeah. And a variety of sanders. And then in our tool checkout, which they are in here, but we have available if you're here and you talk to a staff member, we've got all sorts of circular saws, sanders, routers, drills available. So if you don't have room in your garage for that stuff, we've got it here.
So it doesn't cost you anything extra for those, right?
Correct, yeah, that's just included in your membership.
Wow, okay. Well, you're taking something off my wish list for
Lowe's
by doing all that.
Yeah, you have to leave them here. That's the only catch.
Okay.
You turn them back in at the end of the day.
You have to bring them back. They have to be operational when you bring them back.
Yeah, right? Well, ideally, yes.
Okay, well, this is really cool in here. I mean, it's clean. It's not really that dirty. You keep it pretty clean in there.
It's clean. We've got a really big dust collector. That helps a lot. So we're collecting all the dust that comes off of these machines. And Yeah, we got floor sweeps, which I love because dust that hits the ground, you can sweep right up. So
Oh, it just goes right in and we'll shoot.
right in, yeah.
I need one of those at home.
Yeah, I know.
Save us on Swiffer pads.
Yep.
All right, so let's go out here. What are you going to show us next?
All right, let's go over to the metal shop.
Now the metal shop is this is designed for the folks who are paying a little more of a premium to get access to this, right?
Right, a little bit more. Part of that is just the increased cost of maintenance on the metal shop. Got your combustibles and everything that you have to keep in stock. So in the metal shop, we've got 2 welding bays with welders, so you can do MIG, TIG, stick welding in here.
Wow.
We've got plasma torches, so you can do hand plasma cutting. We've got a real big lathe over there. We've got a vertical mill over here. So all of this is just different ways to tool metal stock. We also have a variety of benders and grinders. So pretty much anything that you want to do with metal, we can do here between the metal shop and the plasma cutter out there.
So you know how to work all this stuff too?
Not at all. No. We've got a guy that has tons of experience in welding, but I'm very excited to actually.
That's a little intimidating, I think.
Yeah, that shop over there, that's like my home. So,
Yeah.
but fortunately, I get the opportunity to mess around in here a little bit and tinker, which is kind of the goal of what we're offering here.
So I meant to ask you, how did you get into this? I mean, what was your background? I know you're in a band on the side. You were in a boy band for a while.
Right,
You
yeah.
lost your hair, you got out of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't make my money off
Part
of
of that
that.
20% I always tell that's not true. But, how'd you get into this?
So, well, I had a corporate life for about 10 years, and then 7 years ago, I got out of that and started doing design and furniture making and fabricating.
Oh.
So I was mainly making stuff for designers that were working with bars and restaurants and coffee shops and hospitality. So there's actually, like, if you go over to some of the restaurants, I don't know if I can say them on here or not, but like over in that like HC Plaza over there, I've got some stuff in there. Downtown Indy, all the way up to South Bend and down to Nashville, Tennessee. So mainly making stuff for bars and restaurants and coffee shops.
Wow.
And did that for about 7 years, and which was super fun. I loved it. But now I get to do that in a larger capacity and help other people be able to do that. So,
Did you start when you started getting into woodworking? Did you start at home in a garage kind of thing? Is that kind of the?
It was still a garage when I left, actually.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm one of those lucky guys that had a dad that knew how to do everything. So from a young age, he was teaching me how to do stuff, and I finally got smart enough to start listening to it and learn some of those skills, and eventually was able to kind of get out of the corporate world and go into that because I developed those skills. So that, coupled with having a background in 3D design and CAD and things like that, went pretty naturally into working with designers and developing these projects.
So if somebody comes in, there's green, getting into this,
Oh, yeah.
and help them kind of get over those learning curves. And
Absolutely.
you were there too, right?
Yep.
Your dad didn't show it to you; you had to figure it out.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's one of the most fun things to do is to see like the look of somebody's face when they're like go from being afraid of a process or not knowing how to do it to being like, oh, I can do this. And to a point where they can actually make stuff themselves.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Cool. All right, let's go see.
Yeah, well,
I want to see this laser thing.
Yeah, let's check this.
I
laser
saw
out.
I saw a logo over here, and I'm not really sure, but I think you burnt this thing.
Yeah.
Laser, right?
So laser cutter is really cool. A lot of people have like a desktop laser cutter, which is a lot smaller than this. We have a 36 by 55 cutting bed.
Wow.
So you can actually use a pretty big material. It also has pass-through, so if you wanted to engrave on a like full 4x8 sheet of plywood, we could even do that. Just as long as it's within those size constraints on your engraving.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very cool machine. It can mostly operates on wood and acrylic. We can also do some cutting on stainless steel with it. For the most part, we'll probably keep the metal over on that big plasma table over there because that's what it's designed to do best.
So what's that over there?
That's a plasma cutter, and that is for cutting out intricate designs from sheet metal stock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like the big brother of this machine, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so this was, if you can see this, Josh, but this was cut on a little piece of wood, and it's like burnt into it. It's like embossed, kind of.
Yeah, so it uses focus lasers to remove material. It does leave that little burn mark behind, depending on your setting, and that's usually something you're looking for engraving. And you really do that by controlling the intensity and the speed at which the laser moves over the material.
So instead of me like being a member and having to figure this out, I'll just pay you and you
right.
make it sound right. I mean, he's already a member, right?
Yeah, that's right.
A little money on the side for me. All right, well, this is really cool. So I also know that the grand finale is gonna happen in this room over here, I think, right?
Yeah, let's go check out the
3D printing
3D
stuff.
printers. We're walking past our project alley where we have workspace for members to come in and work on their projects. We'll also have, when we have classes in programming, we'll have people out here that maybe aren't members building on those tables as well.
So these are the 3D printers.
Yeah, so 3D printers, and the big difference between these and the other things that we've looked at so far is everything out there is pretty much what you think of as subtractive manufacturing, right? You've got stock material, and you're removing some amount of that material in order to end with your desired piece. This is the exact opposite. So you are actually putting material on material in order to come up with your design, whether it's something that's just kind of funky and cool to see, or if it's a prototype for your next invention. This is a great way to see if it's going to work or not, or if you have a little component that you need to make. You sat in your camping chair too hard and it broke and you need to replace a bracket. This is kind of what that's really good at doing.
Oh, wow.
So you can actually see here, I'll show you what we're printing right now. There's a little image of what we're printing, and it's just we're actually just printing a component for a dust collection system in there, which we could order or we could just make, because why not?
Why not?
So it's working, and it works on that same principle of any CNC variant where it's got X and a Y axis. It also has a Z axis, but in this case it's controlled just by the table moving down as the material is added on layer by layer.
So the maximum size would just be the height of this box, essentially, right? About 12 inches or so?
Yeah, correct. So you can do within a margin of that build plate that's in there on the X and the Y, and then your height is limited to this.
So let's take a guy like myself. I'm interested in this. I'd love to be able to do this. I have no idea how to do it.
Yeah.
You've got the equipment. If I came in and became a member, could you guys kind of help me, show me the way, or show me some YouTube videos on how to do this?
100%. And the nice thing about 3D printing is it's actually a lot easier than you think. You can actually download things from a website called Thingiverse, mess around with them on the software that we have for this. That's an open source software called Cura, which you can download and play around with ahead of time if you want. But we also have laptops available for checkout that have 3D design software on them. It's got the software for this on them, and we have staff members available to kind of help you take your idea and make it into reality.
So not only you got the equipment, you got the know-how to help people, and the software to help get them into 3D printing if they want to come over and do that.
Yep, exactly.
Do you have many people coming in just saying, am I alone, or people coming in saying, I want to learn how to do that, and knocking on your door just to become a member to do this?
Yeah, we pretty much have a few tours every day of people that are ready to sign up, and we are next week going to go live with bringing some members in here. So we are excited to get people in here and working, in the response from the public so far, just in terms of interest, even though we are a little bit off the beaten path as far as the highway goes. We've had a lot of people in here expressing interest and kind of biting at the bit to get in here and start making.
I bet you're anxious to get in here too.
I am, yes.
A little dirty,
yeah,
a little noisy during the day.
Yep, absolutely.
So tell people real quick, the days you're open: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Talk about your hours so people know when they can come in.
Yeah, so right now, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those days during the week are 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday is 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. So members during that time just come in, check in, they get a member card, they can scan on the door to get access into the building, and then they can come and work on whatever they want.
And Wednesdays are kind of blocked out for kids programming, right through the schools. Talk about your school programming, what you're doing with the HSC schools.
Yeah, so we're partnering with HSC. We have a teacher in resident, and so she's developing a curriculum that will bring every fifth grader through the Maker Playground twice a year. So we're trying to build them into that Wednesday time, and we'll also do machine maintenance and things during that Wednesday time as well that we have to do to keep the place operating.
So just keep in mind, playfishers.com to sign up, become a member, get the programming, the classes coming up. If you're maybe interested in learning a woodworking class or a metal class, whatever you're interested in, they have all that programming on playfishers.com. Also, this is 16 and older, so there's not a lot of children running around the equipment. It's only for people 16 and over. They do have a student rate, it's like $25 a month, and for those adults, maybe you're retired, or maybe you've got some idea you want to try to build some invention or something. It's just $50 a month, so you can't go buy the equipment for that. Your My Lowe's card will thank you later for coming in here and using their stuff instead of to stock up your garage with a bunch of stuff you may use only once or twice. But Nick Snyder, thank you so much. I thought you were in a boy band, but he's not. He's
Not
not
anymore.
Yeah, he's not that guy, but he could be. But thanks for the tour.
Yeah, so I do want to interject real fast
Yeah,
about
please.
those younger kids because we do have a bunch of summer classes.
Oh,
Summer
that's
camps,
right. That's right.
and we have many indie workshops on a couple Saturdays out of every month. So there's definitely an opportunity to expose those younger kids to tools and to making and to some of the STEAM-based programming that we have. So for the memberships, ages 16 and up, but on playfishers.com, we've got a broad array of programs that those younger kids can get involved in also.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. So
Yeah.
not excluded.
We're not excluding it. We're just focusing
bringing
them
on
into different
special
activities.
times,
Yep,
right? So you're not
absolutely.
going to come in here and start working belt sander.
Right, yeah, not yet. Kids running around.
Okay, well, that's good to know. All right, guys, playfishers.com again. Hook it up and be a member. I mean, now's the time. It's just now getting off the ground. Be one of the early members, and you can put that on your epitaph someday. You're one of the first members of the play space. All right, thanks, you guys. Have a good week.